Mira had always been the quieter one between her and Jay. Where Jay leapt, Mira hesitated. Where Jay shouted, Mira whispered. Yet anyone who knew them would say they were inseparable, two pieces of a puzzle that only made sense when placed side by side. They lived in Willow Creek, a small town surrounded by thick woods. Stories about the forest had been passed down for generations, tales of strange lights, unusual animal tracks, and an old abandoned cabin no one dared to enter. Jay, of course, found these stories exciting. Mira found them terrifying. One cool autumn afternoon, Jay burst into Myra's room without knocking. "Mira, you won't believe this," he said, panting. His curly hair stuck out wildly, as if the wind had rearranged it for fun. Mira looked up from her sketchbook. "What did you do now?" "I saw something in the woods." "Jay, no." "Yes, near the old cabin. There was a light, like someone was inside." Myra's face tightened. "We're not going there. Then I'll go alone." "You can't. What if something happens?" Jay grinned. "That's why you're coming." Mira wanted to refuse, truly she did. But the thought of Jay wandering into danger by himself bothered her more than her fear of the woods. After a long exhale, she closed her sketchbook and stood. "Fine, but if we die, I'm haunting you." They packed 2 flashlights, a bottle of water, and an old compass Jay insisted still worked. The sun hung low when they reached the mouth of the forest. The trees cast long shadows on the ground, and Myra's stomach knotted. "You okay?" Jay asked. "No." "Good. Means this will be fun." They followed a narrow path until the sounds of the town disappeared. The deeper they went, the darker the forest became. Birds rustled above them, and small branches snapped beneath their shoes. Jay walked confidently, occasionally pointing out something interesting, a mushroom, an oddly shaped tree, a squirrel with a missing tail. Mira walked quietly, jumping every time she heard something behind them. After 20 minutes, Jay stopped. "There it is," he whispered. The old cabin stood between tall birch trees, its wood rotten and its windows covered in dust. A faint glow flickered inside. Mira swallowed hard. "Jay, what if someone lives there?" "No one lives here. Come on." He stepped closer, but Mira grabbed his sleeve. "Wait, what? I have a bad feeling." "Mira, we came all this way. Aren't you curious?" "No, I never asked to see a haunted cabin." "Haunted? That would be cool." Mira glared at him, but Jay just smiled and gently nudged her forward. As they approached the door, the warm glow dimmed. Jay pushed the door open with a loud creak. Dust floated in the air, illuminated by the dying sunlight from outside. Mira hesitated at the entrance. Inside, the cabin smelled old, like damp wood and forgotten stories. A small lantern sat on the table, still warm, as if someone had lit it moments before. "See," Jay whispered. Someone was here. Myra's fear doubled. "We should go. Now." But before they could turn back, a soft whimper sounded from the corner of the cabin. Mira froze. Jay slowly aimed his flashlight toward the noise. There, curled on the floor, was a small dog, thin, dirty, shivering. Its eyes were wide with fear. "It's just a dog," Jay said, relieved. "Someone must have abandoned it." Mira stepped forward cautiously. "Hey, little one," she whispered. The dog backed against the wall. "It's okay. We're not going to hurt you." Jay knelt down. "Poor thing. We can't leave it here." Mira nodded, her fear shifting into concern. "Let's bring it home." But as Jay reached out his hand, the dog snarled. Mira grabbed Jay's arm, pulling him back. "It's scared," she said. "Let me try." Jay blinked. "You're volunteering to go first." Mira shrugged nervously. "You always jump in. Maybe it's my turn." She slowly lowered herself onto the floor, keeping her distance. Her voice softened. "It's okay. You're safe." The dog watched her cautiously. Mira removed her backpack, unzipped it, and pulled out a granola bar. She gently broke it into pieces, sliding one across the floor. The dog sniffed, then slowly inched forward to eat. Jay stared. "Mira, you're amazing." "Shish," she whispered. Piece by piece, the dog approached until it rested its head near her knee. Mira gently placed her hand on its back. It didn't flinch. "We should take it to your mom," Jay said. "She knows about animals." Mira smiled. "Yeah, but you carry it." "Fair." Suddenly, a loud crash sounded outside the cabin. The dog whimpered and hid behind Mira. Jay stood, flashlight ready. "What was that?" Mira whispered. "Probably just a branch falling. Or a monster." Jay grinned. We'll find out. No, we will not, Mira snapped, grabbing his wrist. We're leaving. Now. Jay laughed softly. Okay, okay. They stepped out carefully, Mira holding the dog, Jay holding the flashlight like a sword. The forest seemed darker than before, the path harder to see. Every noise made Myra's heart pound, but she held the dog close and walked anyway. Halfway back, Jay paused. Mira, you were really brave back there. I was terrified. Yeah, but you still did it. Mira looked down at the trembling dog in her arms. I guess, sometimes being scared doesn't mean you can't help. Jay smiled. You're the brave friend. Mira rolled her eyes. Don't exaggerate. I'm serious. I go into things because I'm not afraid. You go into things even when you are. That's real courage. She didn't respond, but her heart warmed. When they reached town, the streetlights were glowing. Myra's mother gasped when she saw the dog, immediately taking it inside to help clean it up. Mira watched as the dog relaxed in warm water, finally safe. Jay nudged her shoulder. See, worth it. Mira sighed. Yes, but next time, no haunted cabins. We'll see. She elbowed him. Jay, fine, fine. No more haunted cabins. Mira smiled. The woods were still scary, and the cabin still gave her chills, but she had faced it. For Jay, for the dog, and maybe, she realized, for herself too. In the end, fear hadn't stopped her. And that made her